The first obstacle, listen, this obstacle that I'm about to give you, this first one, may not be the sales rep, the sales associate, the salesperson. This is not their obstacle. This is the prospect's obstacle, the client's obstacle, but it's still one that you as the sales rep will have to overcome. Here's the first obstacle: a fear of failure. Listen, this person that you're dealing with, they possibly had a bad experience in the past, and this experience has conditioned them, right? Like most experiences that we have in life, this experience has conditioned them. So now they're suspicious. So now they're skeptical, and they're predisposed to thinking that all salespeople are sketchy characters. They're predisposed to thinking that all you want from them is their money. And so they have a fear of failure because, and don't be, don't be alarmed. Let me just say this, because this happens so often. This happens so often, but it's so easy to overcome. The first thing I need you to understand is that consumers like to buy. They don't like to be sold. They like to buy. They don't like to be sold. So in order to do that, you have to be able to have a conversation with them. And so many salespeople struggle with that. But you have to be able to have a conversation with them. So someone who's experienced failure, or someone that's been conned before in the past, or someone that's been scammed before in the past, will never want to make that mistake again. So for them, when they come into your auto shop, when they come into your brick and mortar, or when they call you at your place of business, the alarms are already going off. Inside their head, they're already thinking, I can't have what happened before happen again. So they have this fear of failure that's already beaten inside their chest. So before the call even starts, you have this obstacle to overcome. They don't want to look bad again. They don't want to look bad to their husband. They don't want to look bad to their wife. If this is a company calling in for products, this employee doesn't want to look bad to their boss. They have a fear of failure. Let me tell you something. Fear of failure is the number one reason consumers do not buy on the first call. It's the number one reason they do not buy on the first call. So how do we handle this? As always, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to walk you through that process. This is where customer loyalty and satisfaction come into play. This is an old rule. It's what I call an oldie but a goodie. We have been teaching, we have been training, we have been coaching on this for years, but unfortunately, it seems like this new generation just ain't catching on. I'm here to tell you, if the bridge is not broken, don't try to fix it. This is the time to use what I call value propositions, past success stories, quotes, or even notes from previous clients. Listen, you have so many success stories if you've been in sales for any amount of time. What you need to do is you need to get in the habit, after you have successfully completed a sale, reach out to your client and say, hey, John, hey, Mary, if you had a great experience going through this process with me, do you mind writing me a note or a letter just talking about what your experience was and how good I was in dealing with this? Or even if you had problems, I want you to be honest. And I'm going to tell you, 9 out of 10 times, if they're going to write the letter, they're going to write a glowing recommendation about